Hey everyone, Richard Byrne here from freetechforteachers.com and Practical EdTech, and I'm about to head over to the BETT show here in London for my second day here. The show actually runs for 4 days. I was only able to come yesterday and obviously today. A couple of highlights from day one for me that I want to pass along. First of all, last night was Teach Me BETT, which is, if you haven't been to one before, is a gathering of teachers and educators who are coming together to share ideas in 3 to 7 minute presentations. It's a great time. One of the neat things that I saw last night at Teach Me BETT came from a gentleman named Simon Johnson, who presented some ideas on gamifying writing instruction, which is kind of a neat thing, and I'm going to write more about it in a blog post very soon. So kind of a neat thing. A second chat coming in there. Hey, Anthony. Now, some other things that I saw. I was really impressed, and I wrote about this last night. I was really impressed by Microsoft Translator. I got to see a one-on-one demo of it. If you haven't tried Microsoft Translator, just go to the website, try it out. It's an amazing tool that will let you create live chats in multiple languages. So anyone can join using any language that you choose. So I could go in and start speaking in English or typing in English, and my audience will get their messages in whatever language that they choose, and they can write back to me in their language, and I'll see that back in English. Now, I know the lighting just got really weird here. All right, so a couple of other things that I saw that were kind of neat. Microsoft is doing a lot with STEM. They're using a phrase called democratizing STEM. I don't quite get that phrase, why they're calling it democratizing STEM, but besides the fact that they're using that word, they're doing some really great free lesson plans on using, obviously, Microsoft tools for STEM lessons. One of them is a hands-on lesson in which students learn about earthquakes by making their own little seismographs. And you can make your seismograph using just a whole bunch of really cheap materials or free materials in a lot of cases. And so I'd check those out. I'm going to put a link to that in the video down here eventually. I'll get to that. Some other neat things I'm going to check out today. I want to follow up on a really neat tool that's called EasyCorrect. Now, EasyCorrect is kind of like Kaizenna or Jozu Express, but it's available for Microsoft Word as well as for Google Docs. So I'm going back to look at that in a little bit more detail today. I'm also going back over to the microbits. I'm going to check out microbits, and there's a ton of makerspace things going on here. I briefly saw microbits yesterday. I ran into Gary Stager at the microbits booth yesterday. He wasn't staying around for very long there, but I got really intrigued by some of the stuff that they're doing. And honestly, when it comes to makerspace stuff, anything that Gary endorses is something that I need to spend time checking out. And the last little bit is just walking around and seeing so much virtual reality and augmented reality and mixed reality things emerging. It felt like there was a mixed reality or a virtual reality or augmented reality booth on every corner of the show. So I'm going to go back and try to take a look at some of that stuff today. So those are my BETT show highlights so far. Anthony, I haven't seen any Microsoft Edge extensions for education mentioned. Some add-ins, some various add-ins, the Microsoft Translator add-in, the Immersive Reader add-in. There's a dictation add-in that have all been recently released. There's OneNote page locking was recently released by Microsoft. So I'm going to see a presentation about some of those at 11:30 this morning. So that's in about an hour. I'm going to see more about that. So I'll find out more then. So thanks everyone. Have a great Saturday.